Hello everyone, Resonic the Gamer here, and we're doing something a bit different today. Now, before we typically, go throw up some gameplay, I talk over the gameplay, yada yada yada. But this time, I will be telling you my top 10 my top 10 favorite Let's Plays I have done. Now, some of them are completed. Most of them are completed. However, I do have a couple that are projects that I have yet to, complete for whatever reason. So, I feel like a good compromise would be this. If if I haven't finished it yet, I'll be deducting some points from it. Well, not points, but I'll be putting it a bit lower on the list than the completed projects, just because I have no idea what the rest is in store. I could enjoy, the first half, but then the second half becomes complete bad, and it's like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. Kind of like what Yeast has becoming, because I was quite excited to do the Let's Play on that, and I kind of just kept holding it off, because I don't feel like playing that game again. I don't know, I still don't want to cancel it. So, it's just something that I'll have to get around to eventually. Anyway, that's enough about that. So, that's basically the limitations. Any Let's Play series I have done. So that means any Let's demos, any, obviously, Let's Plays, any Let's Co-op. Any of those. The only exception to this is the single episodes. The single Let's demo episodes, just because, let's be honest, it's kind of hard to rate those when it's for a series. But anyways, on to the list. I just want to go and start this off by saying this game I fell in love with. I have no idea why. What Remains of Edith Finch takes the number 10 spot. Now, the reason why this is on here is mostly just because of the story. The graphics are pretty decent. Honestly, we have seen better and stuff like Resident Evil 2 or heck, just Revelations 2. But that doesn't mean that there isn't anything good here. Although it is counted as a walking simulator, there are still quite a few things to do. And the reason why I say walking simulator is because that's mostly what you're doing. It's just getting from point A to point B with, no real obstacle. You play as Edith Finch, as you might guess. And your goal is quite a simple one, in all honesty. You see that tower in the distance? That is part of a house. Now, we don't know much about what happened to the family. Well, our family. And so, Edith sets out to the old house in order to go and find out what happened to her grandfathers and uncles. And even her brother.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. For the first time in
By searching through the house, you can learn more about the family. Much like how everything is basically the exact same. What books they read. The memories. Like they like Chinese food. And they eat a lot of salmon.
Like how after Lewis started working, I got the sense Edie had.
But of course, we're here to find out what happened to her family. And well, each family member had a wish. And by looking through the diary, we can find out what they were before they disappeared.
Dear Diary.
Zenki Zero, you are a wonderful, beautiful game. No, I did say that any goes, and that, almost anything goes, and that includes the Let's demos. If you could tell, I haven't played this game in a long time. I needed to delete it in order to say, to get more storage space. But Zinky Zero is basically, it is survival to almost a literal sense. Considering that you'd have games like survival horror, where it's mostly just you like walking around, just really trying not to die in a horror mansion. Well, in this one, you have a lot more to worry about. You have stress, you have hunger, you have literal bladder. And it's all in the style of a dungeon crawler. It's a dungeon crawler. I cannot speak.
I'll hold that.
It's a dungeon crawler survival, which honestly is kind of amazing. I do wish that the combat was a bit different, like that it was more of an like a traditional RPG, like Etrian Odyssey. Just because I freaking love Etrian Odyssey, seriously. If I did a Let's Play of Etrian Odyssey, you can bet it'll be like one of the top. Like, at least top 3. I just freaking love that series. But anyways. So basically you have a group of 8 and you have to survive a round after world's extinction. You go around, you have to pick up materials, you have to go and fight enemies, like this. It's actually a bit awkward. And the reason why you see a bunch of old people, there's an aging system in here. Basically what would happen is that you are all clones of your former self. So you are still you, but you're a different you. And what happens is that if you die, you can, well, extend your life. As weird as that sounds. Considering that you're already dead, so it's kind of hard to extend it. But basically what happens is that it takes all your memories and experience from the previous life, and it puts it into your new one. So that's what it means by extending, considering that basically your brain is still going onwards.
There it is.
No, it's not like as gross as I'm making it sound. This can actually get pretty gory. Though, like, I actually put a warning on front just because, I don't know. Like, when you just go into a game, like, knowing that it will be gruesome, like Resident Evil, it doesn't bother you as much. But when you're just nonchalantly playing a game like this, and all of a sudden, you're like, "Ugh!" Then again, it was actually pretty gory, so
Concentrate.
this is actually a pretty good one. And there's only like one scene where that really happened. Of course, in the full game, the chances are there's gonna be more, but just in case. This one is really fun, though. So I recommend. And I think the controller died here. Anyways, on to the next. I really do love Liar Princess and the Blind Prince. I love everything on this list, honestly. Now, Liar Princess and a Blind Prince is a very simple platformer. With a cute visual art style and few puzzles, nothing like too difficult. There's one that actually got me stuck for a while, and I really had to push my brain to think what it could mean. And that was an optional puzzle for a flower, so you needed to complete it for completion, but it was very difficult still. Anyways, as the Liar Princess and the Blind Prince, the basic premise is, well, you're a wolf. You are a monster. But you have an amazing singing voice, and the prince fell in love with, well, not fell in love with the voice, but the prince will hear the wolf sing, and will applaud her. So the wolf doesn't want to, well, be seen by the prince, because considering the fact that she never got applause before, apparently. So we have a lonely wolf. And anyway, so the prince tries to go find out who the singing is. The princess accidentally koalas the prince. The prince wasn't always blind, by the way. And yeah, so the princess decided, the wolf decided to go to the witch of the forest, who could fix the eyesight. And obviously, he would have to get the she would have to get the prince to her. So she exchanged her singing voice for the ability to switch into a princess, to turn into a princess, and well, be able to try to go and take the prince to the witch. It's a very cute story. Not one that's very challenging. But the art style is amazing. And there are quite a few cute things in it. I was thinking about it, I probably should have put this down low on the list, but oh well. I enjoyed myself with this one quite a lot. Just due to the plot. And honestly, I really wish I could get like the assets and like the collision and just like make my own levels. Just due to how simplistic everything feels, I think I could make a good level if I could just get like access to those. I don't know. Anyways, that's enough of that. There are a bunch of wolves, by the way, not just this cave one that we have here. Anyways, on to the next. And for this slot, we have Ninja Pizza Goal. Honestly, this one just ranks up a bit higher, just due to some effect that I was live streaming and recording this at the exact same time. So, when you watch it on YouTube, it will be awkward if you couldn't guess. Just because I have to like reply to people that talk to me, I have to just be careful with like everything. It's just a bit awkward, but I love the story for this one especially. Like, the story isn't anything amazing, but just the message it has behind it. Just that. The message that it holds, the meaning behind it, is honestly something that I love. You can't guess. But seriously, Ninja Pizza Goal is cheap. I did a Let's Play on this. It's pretty good. I recommend checking this one out as well. And it lands, I believe this is 7th on my top 10. Oh boy, this is getting tricky. And number 6 is Deltarune. Now, Deltarune was quite an interesting project, even if we didn't get to finish it. Which sucks. I might just do it by myself or wait until those. We'll just see. But anyways, so Deltarune is the journey of you getting back to your own world, basically. And instead of a child just falling in there, this time it's a child and a monster. So in this universe, monsters, or at least you, coexist with monsters. So that's actually quite interesting by itself, but we go through the entire world of, well, sparing everyone. It was quite a fun adventure, in all honesty, that I am frankly surprised that we didn't do it sooner. Then again, I guess we were busy with other stuff. And I don't even think that this came out by the time we did Beyond Two Souls. But still, the project's mostly complete. We're missing the ending, which sucks. But yeah, no, this one was a great one. Funny dialogues, funny voice acting. More jokes added on, and we actually added quite a bit of trivia near the end of it, even if it's just to help us assist with this boss. But anyways, on to number 5. And for number 5, we have Bendy and the Ink Machine. Now, Oz, Now, I would understand if you say that Deltarune should be up higher, just because Deltarune is naturally a more fun game. But I feel like this should be up there, just because, one, the game is excellent at creating horror. Considering just replaying this segment in order to get the footage, I was scared. Like, in order to make a good game, is when you know you are safe. You know that nothing's there to come out and attack you, and yet you're still terrified that something might come out and attack you. To me, a good horror game can do that, without having you constantly be in danger. But anyways, Benny the Ink Machine is a journey of, well, Henry going through his old studio with the rise of the ink machine and turning it on. Unfortunate events occur for him, and we joke about it quite a bit while screaming and panicking. It is a perfect blend of humor and horror. Well, not perfect blend, but it's a pretty good blend of humor and horror. And look at Boris. He has his freaking good page open. How do you not want to go and see the creepy stuff that is made after seeing that? Come on. You know you want to. Voices from the Sea. Now, Voices from the Sea doesn't have much and like of my own commentary outside of me voice acting, considering that this is literally just a visual novel. But it's a pretty good one, and one of my first, so it holds a very special place in my heart. Now, the story is that of a boy that isn't very great with socializing and doesn't have any friends. His life at home and school is terrible. But if there's one thing that he likes, it's the sea. And all of its blue. And of course, maybe someone will come by and just make his day better. Resident Evil 2 takes the number 3 slot. Now, Resident Evil 2, the classic, was one of my favorite games. Resident Evil 4 is possibly my favorite out of all of Resident Evil, but Resident Evil 2 is a close second. And, as you may guess, I love the remake. Like, in all seriousness, it goes and takes the survival horror of the original, where you have to like figure out puzzles, where you have to take the correct item with you, where you have to explore through an entire building, possibly missing precious ammo that you know you need, having to avoid zombies, and picking up items. It's just, honestly, this is such a great blend, possibly a perfect blend, of the old with the new. Considering that people were wondering if it should be, you know, locked camera, like before, or if it should be free roam like this, and I'm so glad they actually went with the free roam just because it gives it a different feel, and I was hoping there was an Easter egg. There might actually be an Easter egg of where you can get like locked cameras in certain angles. I doubt it, but who knows? There was in Resident Evil 5. But yeah. Honestly, this one is so frightening. You can literally... There's literally a part where you just see me cowering in the corner, just absolutely terrified. Because I didn't know what to do. I was stuck. I didn't even have a weapon. So if anything happened, I was screwed. I kept on freaking out because I didn't have that much ammo, and it did everything that a survival horror game needed to do, and did it right. Now, I might have missed. My commentary might not have been the best in this one, but oh boy. I believe my reactions well make up for it. Especially with all the different zombies. Honestly, this one is a freaking nightmare. So, enjoy watching it. Number 2, Borderlands 2. Yes, I know, this one is largely unfinished, and due to my rules, I probably should put it down. But in all honesty, this is one of the most fun games to play with. I may have been skipping off on the editing in this one, but honestly, I feel like it doesn't even need editing. And if you're wondering, no, I did not continue the game. I just created an assassin, level 30 assassin, because of Lily and the fight for Sanctuary. And when you download that, it gives you the option to create a new character at level 30, and everything comes like pre-pack. It's meant for you to go in do fight for Sanctuary, like right after. The mission is even right there, right before the end of Borderlands 2. So yeah, but I didn't want to play an area that we've already seen, so that's why I went with this one. But that's enough about this. Back to the game. Now, I play this with Mage. The reason why I haven't been uploading on that one is due to Mage's mic breaking. So we're just gonna wait for him to get that fixed. Shouldn't take... And then it's just a matter of us playing again. Which shouldn't matter too much, honestly. Just because I still have other stuff to keep me busy. I said that I haven't uploaded in weeks. But no, in all honesty, I have been working behind the scenes on stuff, such as this. Anyways, it's a fun shooter. Borderlands 2 is just funny by itself. And just adding me and Mage to it, oh yeah, that just opens up a whole new can of worms. And just, our humor clashing, the game just being funny by itself, us just doing whatever. Honestly, if you just like if you like the Ghost Recon one, or us doing Nebula films, or just any other thing, you are going to freaking love this. Because I didn't care much for Borderlands, I never tried it, Mage suggested it, and it's one of my favorite series. It's so fun, so funny, oh god. Anyways, now, I wonder what number 1 is. Surprise, surprise to hopefully no one. My favorite Let's Play that I have done is a Let's Demo. More specifically, my very first Let's Demo. My very first video. The anniversary of this project. Today. My favorite series, well, my favorite project is Valkyria Chronicles 4, the demo. Because this is always going to hold a very, very special place in my heart. Even if I was such a noob. Even if my mic wasn't the best. Even if I had absolutely no idea what I was even doing. I still say that this is possibly my favorite project I have ever done. Just because I was learning how to do stuff. I was even editing quite a bit, correcting all of my errors that I've made, and explaining my strategy, and just, honestly, it was a great learning experience, and who knows, maybe I'll come back to it once I get better, once again. I doubt it, just because if something isn't broken, don't fix it. And honestly, I don't think this this project is broken. Valkyria Chronicles is a mix of a shooter with, well, not really RPG elements, but like strategy. It's a strategic shooter, basically, where you have to move your units around one by one, use the appropriate weapons, and so just kind of think of like, not really Fire Emblem, but with guns. But it's an RPG. It is an RPG strategic shooter. That's the best I can explain it. And trust me, if you want an interesting game with a unique art style that honestly doesn't get old, even the first game looks amazing with this art style. And just want to see just how much of an idiot and a noob I was at the beginning. I highly recommend watching this video. Well, not video, but watching this project. Because Valkyria Chronicles is a long one with an excellent story, excellent art, and just... honestly, I fell in love with it. No surprise why. You have different classes, each with their different weapons, and some move at a certain distance, and just... there's a lot to this. I highly recommend watching this one, and maybe trying out the demo yourself. Anyways, this is Resonic the Joe Gamer. That was my top 10 of my favorite Let's Plays I've done. And I have to see all you guys in the next video. See you guys then.